As the United States escalates its trade war with China, people in Beijing are watching nervously, anxious about the impact on their businesses.
Many of our customers are engaged in foreign trade, and this tariff war has had a huge impact on them. It will lead a significant reduction in orders from these customers, which will ultimately affect our company.
Many lost money in this week's stock market volatility and are angry with the Trump administration.
My stocks have fallen a lot. When it comes to the tariffs, we should fight the US. We can no longer cooperate with the Americans because of what they're doing. We should boycott the United States, and we should treat them the same way they treat us.
The government shares their anger and has doubled down on reciprocal measures after US President Donald Trump threatened to add an additional 50% levy if they weren't withdrawn. In a statement, China's Commerce Ministry called the escalation a mistake on top of a mistake and described it as unilateral bullying and blackmail. The latest US trade tax would be in addition to the 34% so-called reciprocal duty set to kick in on April the 9th, as well as the 20% imposed earlier this year, taking total US levies to 104%, effectively doubling the import price of any Chinese goods shipped to America. There's a sense of resignation here among ordinary people that little can be done in the face of escalating US tariffs. If the Chinese government does back down, that would be seen as surrendering to the Trump administration, something Beijing says it refuses to do. The Chinese government has also taken issue with Washington's tone, including Vice President J.D. Vance's comments in an interview with Fox News.
We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture.
Still, Beijing has asked Washington to return to dialogue. If not, it has promised to fight on.
The
US should adopt an attitude of equality, respect, and reciprocation. If the US disregards the interests of both countries and the international community and insists on launching a trade war, China will fight to the end.
On Friday, Beijing imposed a tariff of 34% on all US imports, as well as export controls on rare earth minerals and trade restrictions on dozens of American firms. Chinese state media say Beijing is now focusing on shielding the economy. The central bank has pledged funding support for the state's sovereign fund, which has already moved to stabilise stock markets. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.